Does Antonia agree to Miranda's deal? Episode 8 of Savage Rhythm starts this finale with Antonia reeling from Checho's betrayal. Back home, she reflects on her journey to this point, including her initial enthusiasm at entering the Royal. These soon pave way to the present though, as hostility and tensions are high between the dancers. Antonia caves, deciding to take up Miranda's deal after all. The performance of Romeo and Juliet is due to take place very soon, and thanks to Miranda's influence, she overrules Jacob and decides Antonia will be in the lead role ahead of Karina. She tells Karina that she's out of her depth here and doesn't deserve to be in the production. Karina is understandably unhappy and begins packing her things. How does Karina get a revenge? While Antonia prepares for her big production, Miranda catches up with the group and tells them all they need to work together and put on a great show. Unfortunately, midway through the production everything is interrupted by a secret video of Miranda bashing Karina and claiming she's a poor dancer and doesn't belong in the Royal. Just like that, Karina and the girls crash the party and begin dancing, showing up on stage and dancing before them before hurrying away. I'm not quite sure where security were during all of this, but there we go. Anyway, they hurry outside, are picked up and drive back without getting caught by security guards. What is the aftermath from the sabotage? Backstage, the Royal group are a mess with Antonia livid that it's come to this. Unfortunately, the Royal are out the competition, accused of discrimination. That means, by extension, that Antonia's hopes are squashed. Antonia is distracted later that day, struggling to get the choreograph right for the music video. She can't get her arm movements in sync with the other girls, and part of that comes from the others subtly sabotaging her so she's no good. While Antonia tries to keep up, Miranda finds her life crashing down around her too, with the portrait of Swan Lake at the office symbolically taken down. What does Karina decide to do? With their revenge complete, Karina, Zemina and the others begin to disagree over their methods and whether they did the right thing or not. Karina speaks to Jacob, who shows up and apologizes to her over dinner. He admits his passion got the better of him and he wanted to take a chance with her. However, Karina has come a long way and decides that she wants to stay in her group. She's not going to follow Jacob in wherever he goes next. After kissing each other goodbye, they part ways. That night, Checho shows up to see Antonia. He admits he was drunk and Zemina snuck into his room, hence why they had sex. Antonia points out how she originally trusted him, but he broke that completely. However, Checho suddenly opens up and admits that he's in love with her. He's not giving up though and wants to try and make things right. That comes from a gift he's been holding on to all this time, which happens to be some gorgeous earrings that have been remade from the day they first met. The next day, the rehearsals go ahead again, but unfortunately Antonia is tripped by Chama and she hurts her ankle. Does Antonia manage to perform? Chama claims it was an accident, but Karina figures out this wasn't. The thing is, this underhanded tactic wasn't part of her plan, and Karina knows it. Antonia's not giving up just yet though, and Vicente does his best to try and help her work through the pain. On location, the music video is on the verge of going ahead. However, out of the smoke comes Antonia, who decides to step up and dance after all. She's had an injection and she's ready to go. She's given the green light from the producer to perform too, but Zemina isn't exactly thrilled about that. While she prepares, Karina catches up with Antonia and reveals it wasn't her idea to hurt her foot. She helps dress her wound as the pair patch up their differences. Antonia admits she's learned a lot from her, while Karina breaks the news that Pure Street wouldn't be where it is without her help. How does Savage Rhythm end? With water under the bridge between, the girls ready themselves to act as backup dancers as the video goes ahead. However, after the show, a spatter of blood on the floor seems to hint that someone has shot Antonia. She collapses as the episode comes to a close. So Savage Rhythm wraps up its final episode by not wrapping anything up. The whole episode essentially builds up to a big triumphant finale, but instead everything is elf with a big old cliffhanger for a second season that's unclear whether it'll materialize or not. The story here has been overlong and also incredibly melodramatic too, misstepping through several cliched ideas and failing to justify the 8-episode runtime this has been given. It's a shame too because there are some nice ideas here, but it's glossed over with a soapy air of discontent that fails to resolve very much beyond seeing Antonia and Karina patch up their rivalry that's been brewing throughout the episode. Will Antonia survive long enough to see a second season? We'll have to wait and see.